When I gradually opened my eyes, I saw a white ceiling. Those are hospital beeps. Dazzling white. I blinked my eyelids multiple times. I tried moving my fingers. I tried raising my hand over my head. My palm created a shadow. It was what finally released me from the brightness. I'd seen a dream about Nanami. Nanami had been a reliable sort even back then. When I stopped speaking to anyone after the bus accident during my elementary school years, the tendency of Nanamis grew more pronounced. Unlike my parents, who simply became overprotective, she took care of all kind of things for me, even being verbally hard on me. But that dream, that I've been hospitalized. I commuted there for checkups, but well, it was a dream, so there wasn't much meaning in seriously pondering minor discrepancies. I lay back on the bed. It was a white pipe-frame bed, white sheets, white pillow, white linoleum floor, white walls, white fluorescent lights in the ceiling. I was about to say this almost seems naturally white. White curtains covering the window, small white shelves beside the bed, a white picture set atop them, white paper cups. I sadly grew sick of it. I mean, this just seems like limbo. I raised my torso with all my might. For a second, a numb pain shot through my waist, but it soon diminished. The room was fairly spacious, at least 2 times bigger than my base. But that didn't change the fact that it was so Spartan. Perhaps it was a hospital room. A pair of green slippers had been lined up close to the bed. It relieved me to find a color other than white. I could move my body, so it seemed I hadn't died. My throat was dry. I'll drink to that. I wanted to drink Coke, cold Coke with lots of carbonation. But there was nothing of the sort in this pure white room, and I had no choice except to pour water from the pitcher directly into my mouth. It was a little lukewarm, but still more than sufficient to wet my throat. As I took a breather after my drink, the door opened, and a white-garbed nurse came in. I didn't understand that this was a hospital after all. Her eyes went a bit round when she saw me. Apparently she thought I would be sleeping.
あら、西条さん、目が覚めたんですね。
So, do we finally get some more answers? Because I think it was implied that she knows more about what's going on. She soon gave me a gentle smile. She was a model nurse. Speaking of which, I had a hunch that I'd seen her somewhere before. Alright, she was the lady who'd been in the hospital room when Dr. Takashina examined me. What had been her name again? I couldn't remember. So I took a furtive look at the name tag on her chest. It said Hazuki. Yeah, Hazuki-san.
お体の調子はどうですか？
Hazuki-san held a thermometer up to me. The gesture came naturally to her. I sort of ended up taking it.
体温を測ってくださいね。
If you speak to me that kindly, I'm not going to be able to do anything but meekly obey. My head was full of question marks. For the time being, I stuck to the thermometer in my armpit. Immediately after, memories erupted inside my head. I remembered those events. At the time, I'd given up on saving Nanami, and I'd ceased at the wheelchair riding Shogun, but I didn't feel anything there. How did I find myself holding when I toppled over was a Darth Spider helmet. It was weird. So anticlimactic as hell. Count Darth Spider, the archetypical villain who appeared in the movie Spark Wars. Oh, I see what you did there. His black spotted silhouette was famous even in Japan. But I had such a hard time thinking of Shogun as being a Darth Spider cosplayer. Then sent my wrath flying away, leaving me totally at sea. I got up and looked at the wheelchair, but no one was sitting in it. A black hood was draped across the backrest. It too was part of the Darth Spider costume. I went on to survey the area, but no one was there. I was the only person who'd been up on that pitch black roof. Oh, great. This is great. First floor. Been backing up there instantaneously. If I didn't, I knew without leaving a single gap. Putting microphones and spotlights at me. Looked and lights on microphones. Like such a figure almost terrifies me. I wanted to flee, but I couldn't budge in. They mocked me.
西尾君帽子はどうなっちゃったのかな。
結局ニュージェネの犯人は誰なのかわからないということですか。
そのダーススパイダーのヘルメットは何か超能力と関係あるのかな。西条さん答えてくれませんか。これで終わりなんて言うなら電波ジャックですよ。
結局何がしたかったんです。ニュージェネに臨場した売買行為ですか。不謹慎だと思わないんですか。
ユーリ・ブライトマンさんとは先に話したから。どんなこと話した。地震とニュージェネについて何か関係あると思いますか。
その手に持っている美少女フィギュアは何らかの意識的なアイテムと考えていいんですか。
Yes, everyone is a ceremonial item. Sure, let's go with that. That's sacrifice her.
このような行動を取ったことにはアニメやゲームの影響はあったのかな。西条さん
西条さん
西条君
Nice interview and incredibly hot. I felt much like getting my skin burned by midsummer sun. Media people floating in. I was stuck in my head and blank. The feel of sights floating around and around. Being driven into a corner. Panicking. I had to breathe. I failed my head. I couldn't see anything. I didn't want to see anything. I couldn't hear anything. I didn't want to hear anything. I didn't feel anything. I didn't want to feel anything.
やめてくれ。
At the same time that I shouted and conscious must the gulf is still, it had been short-circuited. Yes, I'd lost consciousness. And then afterward, how did I end up in this hospital? I couldn't remember. At least, I didn't think I'd come here on my own 2 feet. Maybe I'd been carried over by an ambulance. Also, I get the impression that this isn't the quotations normal hospital. It's too sterile. For some reason. Azuki-san was writing something down on the clipboard she carried. It must have been holding paper or something. Was he writing about my condition? I confirmed the time by peering at the plain-looking watch on the wrist. After 6 p.m. I must have slept for quite a while. Even so, I hadn't been taken to this hospital. I'm not going to click on anything. Azuki-san being here meant that this was a hospital I usually went to. There certainly wasn't anything strange about them bearing me to a general hospital. Something about it didn't quite fit together. The question of why Azuki-san came to check on me, nagged at me. After all, Azuki-san was a psychiatric nurse. If she had come to look in on me, wouldn't it mean that this room was part of the psychiatric ward as well? All the beds are full with a flood of patients from yesterday's earthquake. Maybe they simply happened to use an empty bed in the psychiatric ward. Or perhaps they deemed that my collapse had been caused by psychological factors. But it wouldn't be too far off the mark. I grew more and more glum.
昨日ご家族がお見えになっていたんですけど、西条さんの意識が戻らないので、日付が変わる頃にお帰りになりました。今日は診察時間が始まる頃にお母様が来るそうですよ。
I wondered if we get to see his parents. Lacking the energy to answer, I nodded at her. Mom, I must be the most disgraceful son in Japan. No, in the whole world. I've been broadcast on live TV of all things. A moment of shame had aired throughout the nation of Japan. It's definitely been uploaded on YouTube too. I had no clue why it had been set up as the miracle Asper boy. On top of that, it was abnormal for them to do a live broadcast of my every little move on the day of such an enormous earthquake. Yeah, the only reason I can think of it is that something has been hyped up to the point that they all believe that something really, really outrageous was about to happen. I could only assume that everyone really did have their minds controlled by Shogun. In any case, I'd been publicly disgraced. This wasn't something mild enough to stop at an online lynching. Would I be able to live uneventfully from now on? Suddenly, Nanami's face rose at the back of my mind. I bit my lip and clenched at my knees. Even so, if I had been able to help Nanami, none of it would have been a problem. I wouldn't have minded even if everyone in the world laughed mockingly at me, saying, "What a pathetic guy," for the rest of my life. But I hadn't even been able to save Nanami. Great big tears poured out of me.
どうしました？どこか痛みます？
I went on weeping as I shook my head over and over. Nanami was dead. Nanami would never come back. It was my fault. My fault. My fault. My fault. Because I was useless, Nanami had died. Coxed by Seratan's rather, my weak heart's words. I'd been in a rush to give up on obtaining my D-sword. I'd viewed myself as a poor little victim. I'd chosen to stay alive, even at the cost of sacrificing Nanami. I loathed my no-good self from the bottom of my heart. If, back then, if I had tried only a little harder, even though it had been my own decision to give up, I looked back and everything was already done with. I regretted my actions. That was the absolute worst thing about me. Boss wouldn't save anyone. Even so, I couldn't help thinking along those lines. I'd try a little harder if only I could rewind time and go back. Although I actually did go back there, I'd surely make the same excuses and give up again. I'm always like that. I truly was beyond helping.
ナナミ、ごめん。ナナミ。
Lucky-san ripped my back as though to suit me. I was a hopeless guy through and through. I was even giving an unrelated nurse a hard time. But my tears wouldn't do me the favor of stopping.
何か後悔していることがあるんですね。
Like I said, I still think that nurse knows more about what's going on.
でもきっと妹さんも許してくれますよ。
How did she know Nanami was my little sister? Besides, I didn't even need just time-worn words of comfort. Sorry, Hazuki-san, but it's not like another person is going to understand what I feel like. I truly detested and felt ashamed of myself, always being spoiled by others, only thinking of myself. A person like me ought to die. Maybe I should seriously give death a try.
昨日もしきりに西條さんのことを心配していましたよ。
What?
とても可愛らしい妹さんですね。
What are you saying?
ナナミは、妹は死にました。
Was this a lie from Shogun? Just to force Takumi to summon the T-Sword? Abducted by Shogun, the arm cut off, confined somewhere. In the end, it promptly died alone. My heart seemed about to tear asunder when I imagined it.
そうなんですか？ごめんなさい。勘違いしてしまって。
I don't know, I'd always thought Nanami was obnoxious. But when you got down to it, we were siblings who had been raised together for 16 years. He always fretted over me even while calling me an idiot and a stupid head. Baka. She'd been loud and persistent because she was constantly attempting to bring me out of my life dissipation. When she brought provisions from home, instead of just chucking them at me, she invariably tried to eat together with me. Usually a girl of her age would totally ignore a creepy otaku brother like me. Nanami spoke ill of me. She spoke to me all the same. She'd listen to what I had to say as well. Even at school, far from avoiding me, she'd come to me of her own accord. Even with an otaku freak and a virgin like me, Nanami always saw me as her only big brother. An individual human being. Her existence has been a huge source of comfort for me. Though it was too late to realize it now.
でも、だとしたら鬼ってどういう意味なのかしら。
Huh? What had she said just now?
眠ってる西條さんをお兄お兄と何度も呼んでいたから、その印象が強くて。
A person who calls me that? There's only one.
それ、本当ですか？
And unthinkingly sprang out of bed and pressed in on Suki-san.
はい、何がです？
ナナミが、妹がナナミがここに来てたんですか？
いえ、はっきりお名前を聞いたわけでは。
Just describe her. What does she look like?
僕のこと鬼って呼んでたんですね。
ええ。
ななみは今どこに？
ですから、昨日はお帰りになりましたけど、西条さんのお母様と一緒に。
怪我とかしてませんでしたか？
はい。いえ、特には。
元気だったんですね。ななみは元気だったんですね。
はい。いえ、ななみさんかどうかはわかりませんけど、昨日いらしていた女の子は元気そうでしたよ。
Nanami was alive. As far as I could tell from Hazuki-san's words. There was no mistaking it. Stupefied, I sat down on my bed. How on earth? Even though Shogun said he won't give Nanami back unless I cleared his quest. Surely he hadn't sympathized with us and released her. Or had Nanami escaped under her own power? But then, how was I supposed to explain the hand that had gotten sent to me? According to Hazuki-san, Nanami hadn't been injured at all.
もしかしたら君の家に送ったあの手首は別人のものかもしれないよ。
Those words hadn't been a lie. I'd been dancing on the palm of Shogun's hand. He'd only been deceiving me. No. At this point I didn't care a bit about getting deceived.
そっか。
I see. That's how it is. That's how it was. Nanami had never been kidnapped from the start. Although I desperately tried to grasp it onto my desorted old front. Nanami must have been lazing around at home reading manga. Or going to karaoke with her friends and showcasing her shitty singing voice. Despite the fact that I was crying, laughter bubbled up inside me.
西条さん？
将軍にまんまと騙された。なんという壮大な釣りだよ。
Nanami was alive. She was alive. I could see that goddamn impudent face of hers again. I could hear her yappy, annoying voice. The thought of it filled my whole heart with relief, and joy surged through me.
よかった。
To be honest, I'm still not convinced. My tears wouldn't stop. These weren't the tears of frustration I'd felt previously.
よかった。
I was a useless guy beyond observation. Yesterday, too, I'd given up on trying to do something about it with my own strength. But even so, as long as none of me were alive, I wouldn't seek anything else. Like I'd care for the rest of the world mocking me with its laughter. I was truly glad